morning, everybody. Kind of cold today here in Ohio. I got me some hot tea, so hopefully that'll warm me up. It's like 60 degrees here today, and I'm kind of stubborn. I don't want to turn my heat or my air on, so I'm just gonna suck it up and drink me some hot tea and warm my body up. Since last week, nothing much has happened, I guess. This week, no, not this week. Yeah, next week, I have my procedure with the scope down my throat, and I have a dentist appointment. So, yeah. Starting my ums. Again, this will not be edited, so remember, anything I say that is crazy or whatever, ignore it.
Crazy? Anything you say is crazy?
Well, if I say crazy, oh, Randy's in there laughing at me. I'm sure you heard him. His laugh is like out there. Yeah, there was Mother's Day. I forgot. Happy belated Mother's Day to everybody out there. It was crazy. We went to church, and after we went to church, we took my mom to Dairy Queen and got blizzards. She got a sundae, but me and Randy both got blizzards. And then we was gonna go see his mom, and they were at Bob Evans, so we went there, and we shared a sandwich because we weren't really hungry after having the blizzards. And then we went to see my daughter, and then later that day, my son took us out to eat at Roosters, and that was good. Got me 2 roses, so I have like 4 roses out in my flower bed now. Love them, they're pretty. Haven't got our tomatoes out yet. We'll probably do that one day this week. Anyways, okay. So last week I was talking about this book, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I finished it. Like last Tuesday evening, I think. But I didn't want to get on here to talk about it until today. But like they said, the ending to this book was, nobody could have even thought what this ending of this book was. It couldn't have even been imagined. So again, Evelyn was married 7 times, but she married men. Well, the first guy she married him because she wanted to get out of where she lived and stuff. She was being raised by an abusive father, so she wanted to get out of there. And so she married a guy that she knew that would take her away, so they went away, and then they got divorced. She married a guy that was in the film business, and he was an actor, and she married him, and I think she really liked him a lot but he did help her move up the ladder and be an actress. And then the third one, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, I can't remember all of them. But anyways, the important ones. Sorry, I have something in my eye. She married one, when she was an actress, she met this girl that was an actress, and at first they didn't get along. Evelyn thought the girl was using her to further her career and all this stuff. Anyways, they became really, really good friends. And she was a lesbian, and Evelyn didn't know it for a long time. But anyways, they decided they loved each other, and Evelyn in this book says that was her only ever true love. 7 husbands, Cecilia was the one, her real true love. Anyway, she wanted to have a child, so she married Bobby, which was her best friend since she came to be an actress. He helped her and stuff, but they became best friends. So through her and Celia, Evelyn married Bobby and got pregnant so they could have a child. And Cecilia married I don't know if he's a football, baseball player, played one of the balls. And he was gay, and Bobby was gay too. So they had 2 houses. Cecilia and Evelyn lived in one, and then Bobby and I can't remember the guy's name. I'll say John. I don't know. I forget. It might be John. But anyways, they were living, acting like they were living with the people they were married to, but they were really living separately. And then Evelyn did have a daughter. That she was really close to. So then, I guess Bobby and the other guy were in the car, and Bobby was saying that he was going to leave. He was going away. No, the other guy was telling Bobby that he was going to go back to his wife and his daughter because he missed his family and he wanted to be with them. So he was going to go back to them. And a car wreck happened, and Bobby was driving, and Evelyn was with her in her car with a chauffeur, and had the chauffeur, well, we weren't really a chauffeur, I guess it was like a cab or whatever, but had that guy take Bobby, and they took Bobby to the hospital, but they moved the other guy that was in the car. He passed away over to the driver's seat, so it wouldn't look like Bobby was driving, so he couldn't get in trouble and go to prison or whatever for manslaughter. Chai tea latte, by the way. So then all this went on, and Evelyn outlived all these men, plus Celia. She outlived Celia too. But anyways, Bobby lived, and everything was good. He, was still father to the daughter and still best friends with but anyways, Evelyn got somebody to write her book story. When she got older, all the men she was married to passed away. Her Cecilia passed away, and then her daughter got breast cancer and she passed away. So she had nobody. It was just her. And she hired some girl to be like her housekeeper and stuff, and was real close to her. That was like a family member to her daughter or something. She really loved her a lot. But anyways, she wanted somebody to write her true story, because nobody ever knew that she was with Celia. Celia. I think I'm saying it right, but anyways. So she wanted all this truth to come out in this book she wanted to write. So she found a publisher to write it for her. The girl was just really a nobody. She hasn't wrote anything big or anything. Her name was Monique, and she called the studio where she worked and said she wanted this girl that she was selling all of her all of her gowns, I guess fancy gowns, ball gowns or whatever. And she wanted this girl to do the interview. And they said, well, we can find somebody better suited to do the interviews. And she's like, no, I want this girl or the deal's off. So Monique went over to her house and asked her about this. And she said that's not really why she wanted her there. She wanted her to write her story. And she said, why me? I don't, that's not what I do, like a big story or whatever. And she said, well, I don't want it to come out until I pass away, and you can have you could like make millions and millions, at least $5 million just on writing it or whatever. And so she was like, I don't know if I can, I don't know how. And Evelyn said, well, I'll talk you through it and, all that stuff. And she said, okay, she made the deal. And then she did all that, and I'm going to leave some parts out that aren't interesting. But anyways, she wrote the story, and at the end of it, she said, there's like she really didn't tell her there was a twist to it or anything. But anyway, she sent the maid off that she had and sent her after the book was done, she sent her and her husband off to an exotic vacation somewhere. And they finished the book, and this is the twist. At the end of this book, come to find out that the guy that Bobby was with that died was Monique's father. The girl that's writing the book, it was her father. And that is why Evelyn got her to write the story. So she could find the truth out about her dad. So she found all that out. She didn't ever want to talk to Evelyn again because of what happened. And anyways, Evelyn committed suicide the night all this happened. She committed suicide, and that's why she wanted her maid to go away, so the maid couldn't save her. Or she's really maid, like a house manager or whatever. I don't know what they call them. So she sent her away so she wouldn't be there to save her. And then she knew Monique would be so mad at her that she wouldn't come back to realize. But anyways, that night, Monique's mom was coming in from another state to visit her. This was all planned. And then she knew all this stuff about her dad, and she didn't tell her mom, which was probably a good idea, because she read a letter her dad wrote about his daughter, and he wrote it to Bobby, and then Evelyn got it, and it said that he couldn't be with him because he loved his family and he never stopped loving him. He couldn't do this to his daughter and his wife and all this stuff. And then when her mom came into town, she asked her mom how her and her dad got along. And she said it was beautiful. I mean, you were there the whole time. You've seen how, everything was great, how we met, and how her dad still did all these special things for the mom, and how she loved him throughout all those years and all that stuff. So I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. And then I think 2 days later they found out Evelyn commit suicide, and then the book came out and everybody knew about everything. But that was the twist, that Monique's father was the one that was with, that was the one that passed away when Bobby was driving the car. And that's that. Now I can take this book back to the library, but this is, yeah. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's a really good book, even though I told you most of it. You should read it. It's really interesting. It only took me like 3 days to read it. And that's not 24 hours or 12 hours out of the whole day. Okay, so it's Taylor Jenkins Reid. And since that book was so good, I'm going to start reading all of her books. And this one is One True Loves by Taylor. And I think I said last week when I was telling you about books, I never read the inside of a book or the back of what it's going to be about. I think that tells too many details, and I don't like to know any of the details until I read it myself. So I never read the backs of books. Any book I get, I read all Danielle Steele books. I think one behind right now because I'm reading these. But yeah, I never read this. So yeah, so I'll let you know about this one. I have no idea what it's about or anything yet. So yes, but I know that The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is one of her most popular books, because right here it says she's the author of that book over there. So anyway, that's that. Get some more tea because I'm still cold. It's supposed to be rainy for a few days. I'm supposed to go to my mom's tomorrow to plant her flowers and clean out her flower beds and all that. But I might be doing that in the rain, or hopefully. Like, it's supposed to be rainy today, but right now, at this point, it's not raining, but you can tell it's going to be raining. It's already wet out. This is so good. Again, it's a chai tea latte, and I got almond milk, sweetened almond milk to go in it. It's so good. I am meeting up with one of my friends, and we can't get together until June 1st to go to her house for tea. She likes to have tea parties. So I'll be going to her house for tea. Haven't seen her for a while, so it'll be nice. But anyways, I'm going to get off of here because I got a lot of stuff to do inside that I'm going to do today since it's going to be rainy. And then I get my granddaughter this weekend. So that's always, well, it's a great time, but she wears me out. But that's okay. It's worth it. But anyways, until next week, everybody have a great day, have a great week, and see you next week.